Got it. Mhm. And it looks like we're live.
All right. Excellent.
Looking like
Okay.
we're like we're live. All right.
Yep, it is looking like we are live.
All right, excellent.
Oh, that'll be a fun echo.
Okay. So last week, you guys traversed through the forest called the Labyrinth, met some nice zombies and some hobgoblins, and you made it all the way to the tower in the center of the, well, not the center, but kind of. It's on top of a hilltop. It has very strange architecture. This is a tower that is rumored to, light up by night. And you did actually see this as you made your way into the valley. It lights up with strange lights during the night. And Trumwell suggested you look for other hidden entrances. And so a search of the perimeter, you found down the slope of the hill towards the base, right? A small ravine, and there was an opening in the earth there, which is pretty big, actually. It fits, you could go single file quite comfortably. So we're talking an opening, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 feet tall, right? Or diameter approximately, right? It's a cave, right? So it's not a perfect cylinder, but it's pretty big. It fluctuates between, say, 6 and 9 feet in diameter. And you found this about when the sun was about to go down. So I think the question is, are you going inside this tunnel now? Are you camping outside? If you are camping anywhere, where are you camping? What's the plan here, fellas? Night.
What say ye? What say ye, necromancer?
Well, it seems like
You're the one that knows about these accursed creatures the most.
well, you and Laszlo found this, but it seems to me that it's possible they might use this entrance. So we don't want to camp right here, but in a place adjacent to it so we can watch and see what happens. Whoever's going to be on watch. That way they can warn us. But I don't want to be too far away from here either. As long as we're not up against the tower, because I know that kind of frightened you a little bit, Trumbull, or concerned you. I don't want to say frightened. However, that's what I would think. Is probably just a little back in the ravine, maybe. We are all invisible to the undead right now, as long as nobody attacks anything, Trumbull. You too, Petrie.
Means it will be a cold camp this night then.
Yeah, no fire, I don't think. They'll see the fire, but they won't see us.
Well, we don't want to draw them close.
Exactly.
Does fire bring them in?
No, not necessarily, but they'll
They
see
might know,
it.
if there's intelligence guiding them, they'll know someone's there.
No, that's fair.
I am sure fire, like the fire, would bring fire would kill them. As anything else unnatural, fire and silver.
Ooh, so quick question, clarification on the whole attack thing. What if we lead them to a trap?
If you do something that could cause them harm, that really kind of can it breaks the spirit of the spell.
Okay, all right. Well,
do something intentionally to cause them harm.
It might work because it's not a direct attack, but how do they see you? Because you're invisible, right? What is this?
Right. That's the thing. And as far as I know, let me just consult this tome here for a second. I'm going to pull out one of my. I believe I haven't used this one very much. I haven't had a lot of opportunities.
I don't know about all this magic business and necrophilia.
It saved your life more than once.
You break out Tobin's guide.
Mancy, not philia.
Tobin's spirit guide.
It's very possible. But yes, any action that would directly harm or adversely affect another creature.
Oh.
So, within the spirit of it.
You say it's a tower with a building beside it, and then there's the ravine.
It's it's at the top of the hill. There's like the building, right? The building is like the base of the tower,
Right.
and so the tower protrudes from one end of the
Oh, from
building.
one end of the building.
Right,
It's one structure.
right.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ravine, and is there a cave entrance to the ravine?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. That's
That's
the
not-
what I
the,
remember.
the ravine leads to the side of the mountain, right, or the side of the hill, and there's the entrance right there. Right. So
yeah, probably a layer of undead during the nighttime is not the best idea, or does
Yeah,
it
I'm not-
matter, Trevor?
I'm not.
Well, it may depend on whether these creatures wander off in the night, or whether they stay in. If they do wander off, it may be a fortuitous thing for them. We could venture into their lair.
It's possible, but it is. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm a little tired. I need to get some sleep.
Rest of the
I-
time
I-
like this, I mean,
Yes, of course. At a time like this, don't you want to be fresh? You go to the tower.
if we must.
Some
you
of
don't
us
have to
need our
sleep.
beauty sleep more than others, Tromwell.
Somebody else take first watch. I'll take a watch eventually, I suppose.
But I will take the Trumwell will take the first watch.
So what's the watch order? Because I didn't take
That
my
means
notebook out.
Cromwell will take the first, Kervork will take the last, so he can do his spell things. So I guess, Laszlo, you want second or third?
I'll take third.
All right, so I'll take the second watch. So Tromwell wakes me, I wake Laszlo, and Laszlo wakes Kervork.
And before I go to sleep, I turned to Petrie and said, Petrie, do me a big favor. Stay up and kind of just watch Tromwell.
So Tromwell has
Wake me up if he's about to do anything stupid. Okay.
You might want to be more specific.
If he tries to attack something, if in fact zombies, something like that going around here that won't see us, just don't let him do anything. Wake me up. All right, Petrie, good night.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to use my wilderness lore to find some sort of like thicket or something that will keep us shielded as much as we can from any wandering death. And wandering damage was the term, right?
Wandering damage.
All right, so I guess you find an area which you estimate to be secluded, right? But it's inside of the ravine, if I understand correctly, because you wanted to be on a lookout for things coming out of the ravine.
Right, exactly.
And it's also inside of the tower, right? So you're pretty much toward the base of the hill, but you can still see up, right? And so night falls quickly, and Trumwell's watch
Goes uneventful. Yay!
yeah, after an hour or so of Trumwell's watch, you notice that the tower is softly glowing, right? And it's mostly a greenish, steady light. It began slowly, but now you can see it quite clearly. And as your watch comes to a close, right, and the night is getting on, the moon rises, right? And it's almost full, but not quite. But it illuminates, right, the area. And as the watch progresses, the lights begin to shift, right? So you start seeing different colored lights. And now you can spot figures moving across the windows of the tower. And the light seems to emanate from the inside, right, of the tower, and the shifting colors, right? During this time, the watch changes, right? So Helvorn takes over.
What do you make of this?
Must be whatever horrors live in this tower. There were no traps.
Shall we wake the necromancer to make sense of all this?
Not unless we see any more significant movement than just them moving inside. I don't think that we're going to do anything with that information.
I grip my axe a little bit tighter. as I lay down to and try to fall asleep, having seen the horrors of the tower.
Excellent, excellent. So as the watch progresses, right, and Hellborn, it's starting to get close to midnight. The light is now intensified, right, and it sort of shifts one color, then another, and now you begin to see dark shapes near the windows, and you notice that these shapes, they're man-shaped, right? So there's like ink blots of darkness against these shifting lights. And suddenly you note that these dark figures are emerging from the windows of the tower and seem to be floating on the air, right? And they begin circling the tower. And by the light of the moon, they look translucent. They're inky black, but when the moon hits them from behind, you can see through them.
That's when I wake Kervork up. I say, what the hell is that? What devil is this?
No, honey, no, I promise. No, I love you for you, not for what I.
Shut up.
What?
Shut up. Look at this.
I'm looking up, I'm shaking sleep out of my eyes and looking up.
So you see these man-sized shapes, right? And they're flying around the tower, right? And sometimes some of them just go off right into the distance. And there's about 8 of them, and they're circling around. But you, my friend, are a quite experienced necromancer. And so you realize that these creatures are shadows. They are a form of undead. Undead creatures that dwell in the depth of the Black Gulf and have been known to enter the land during certain nights or certain areas. They can cross from one world to the next.
Very bad, very dangerous. We're in no danger right now, but bad. It suck the life right out of you. Turn men into just lifeless husks, no soul. Yeah, bad news. But
Give me
you can't see us now.
Give me a test of intelligence.
A test of intelligence.
Yes.
D6. All right.
We're
And
doomed.
my intelligence being 17 means that my test of intelligence is a 4 and 6. And on my rainbow die, I roll a 3.
Excellent. So being undead, these creatures are immune to certain things like paralysis, poison, right? Fear, cold, mostly.
Iron, fire, cold, lightning.
But you also know that these creatures are semi-solid, right? They're not solid beings, and so are impervious to normal physical attacks, right? Only rare substances such as specially treated alchemical silver or enchanted weapons may harm them.
Right outside of that fun disc you've got there, Hellhorn. I don't think any of us have anything silver. Anything is really going to affect them either. So we have to be very.
Cromwell's blade seems to
Oh, it's Cromwell's blade?
Yes.
Oh, yes, that's correct. Yes, that's right. Thanks for reminding me, Hellborn. As enchanted as well. So those 2 weapons alone, the only thing that we have that would have a chance of harming them at all the spells that I can conjure, well, they're really, immune to most of that because I'm drawing upon those same dark energies. And don't look at me like that. It's just dark energies. Energy's all around us. So we can just shape it and form it and do what we will with it. But essentially, it's from their world. So I can't really affect
I'm not understanding you really. So we only have 2 weapons that can harm them, is what you're saying?
That's correct. That's correct.
Can you destroy them with your sorcery?
I'm afraid not. They are beyond my ability. They're quite malicious creatures, but what are they doing here? I mean, Why are they here all the time? They clearly they might be part of the reason that the forest is so empty. It's possible.
Do they usually dwell in the world of men like this, or might there be something keeping them here?
It's possible. It's possible. I mean, they don't normally. I mean, they can come in from certain channels, certain times, certain ley lines, but I don't know. But this requires some more observation. Right now, we are in the perfect position to do it as long as we don't harm anything.
You're not going to have us run away again, are you?
No, of course not. No, of course not. But for now, we're perfectly safe. I can go back to sleep. There's no need to go in. Yeah.
I'll keep an
If
eye.
anything, if things get a little crazier, yeah, absolutely. Wake me up. Wake me up. It's fascinating.
Fascinating. Yes, that's exactly the term I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm grabbing my blanket and muttering to myself, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
So are you going to stay up and watch these? Are you going to bed? What's the?
No,
I'm
he's
going right
going
back
to
to sleep.
bed, and I'll continue my watch.
Okay, so Kevork goes back to sleep, and so, they keep on like that for a while. One time, two of these sort of float near your position, but they're clearly not headed towards you, right? And so it's a bit of a unsettling moment, right? When they fly over you, and you can see them silhouetted against the moon. And as I said, it's translucent, but yet you still feel an unnatural cold, right? When they pass overhead. But fortunately, nothing happens. And then it's time for you to wake up Laszlo.
So when I wake Laszlo up, I tell him there are some sort of ghosts flitting over the tower.
Oh, what? Oh,
People watch on them.
let's wake up Kevork.
Well, I already did. He'll tell us more about them in the morning. Just wake him only if they start approaching us.
Okay. Approaching. Okay. And Laszlo looks at holy. Wow, they're just flying around. Wow, that looks like Kevork's gonna get us killed.
So business as usual.
Okay. Anything else?
No, everything else has been quiet. Just figures moving in the windows.
Okay. That's moving in the windows and out of them, or like just in the silhouette?
They were inside. Those things flitted out of the windows.
Oh, okay.
It'll be fine.
All right. And I will take my watch.
And so, about halfway through your watch, right, the figures suddenly, you look up and they're no longer there, right? And maybe you catch a glimpse of one of them returning across the moonlit sky, right, and goes through the tower and back inside.
Oh, Kevork's he's gonna be sad he missed out on that.
And as time passes, right, and your watch comes to an end, the colors of the tower sort of fade out, and there's only a faint greenish, yellowish kind of glow that emanates from the windows, right? And by the time you wake Kevork up to take his turn, the shadow, the tower is cold and dark once more.
Hey, Kevork, you missed all the fun.
No, I saw a little bit before. And fascinating.
Oh no, they went away.
Yeah,
they went back. They went down. I would assume with the sun. Or
and no, it was still late night, but
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's quite late in the night for
There were some weird
bookstore.
chanting noises that I heard.
Yeah.
every once in a while.
But yeah, nothing. They just kind of went back into the castle. The glow of the lights faded out. So sorry, I guess.
That's all right. That's all right.
I wanted to wake you up sooner. Helvorn said no. Said you already got it. So
I did take a look at them. We're quite safe from them right now. But
all right.
have I ever steered you wrong? We have to watch these two, you know.
Okay, see, now I'm staying awake. You had to say, have I ever steered you wrong?
Once or twice.
My friend,
Fine.
that is subjective. And I'm gonna go ahead and stay awake now. Thank you.
Suit yourself. Suit yourself.
And so the watch passes until dawn, right? And things look more normal, right, in the daylight. Although the geometry of the tower is still strange, like no actual human fortification, right, would have this particular pattern. It doesn't quite seem as a defensible position or a normal keep to be defended, right? So it's strange. It's just somehow wrong. But morning is here.
Hey, Petrie, and I got our stuff up and have a torch ready. Have another one out there ready. As a matter of fact, in case we need another one, we're going to go in. Everybody ready?
Okay.
Cromwell wakes up and says, "What about the accursed creatures?"
Well, they're not here now, and they can't see us. They can't see us. The zombies, should they come around, can't see us. As long as we don't attack them or anything else, they're safe. Once we do that, they can see us.
Game over.
So
Seems this devilry he did has kept them at bay.
It is. Yes.
Petrie is hard at work taking down the tent and, grabbing some cold breakfast and getting everything ready and packed and loosening his axe in case it is needed. And so he turns to you and says, "Well, what now?"
Well then, what do you mean? Let us plunder their tombs and sack their wealth.
Petrie, light.
I see it's light.
The torch ready. Light it as soon as we need it.
We're going through that tunnel.
Of course.
Gee,
I'll have the torch ready. So he readies a torch and gets ready to light it. Who goes first? It's a
Well, like we had discussed in the wilderness, I go first, and Tromwell takes care of the rear guard. In the dungeons, Tromwell will go first, and I'll take care of at the rear. Grim and Silent, Helvorn the Rangers try.
We don't think the scouts should go first in the dungeons.
Well, you can go, yeah, but I mean,
Just for I'm thinking for trap.
all right, then Tromwell backs you up.
yep.
Yeah, I would feel okay with that.
okay. Laszlo in front, Trumwell, then Kervork, then Helvorn,
Petrie.
and this is dungeon. Ooh, where's Petrie? Yeah.
Petrie is going to have to be. Petrie's going to have to be near the front, or near me. And of course, if Laszlo's going to go home first, he's going to need his own torch.
Oh, interesting. I guess it could be Laszlo and Petrie, then Trum.
Yep.
Okay. Laszlo, Petrie.
Well, if Trumbull was gonna go first, he was gonna ask that Petrie go with him, so he could
All right.
be the torch bearer.
Yes.
Right. All right. So you guys make your way inside this tunnel. As I said, it's quite irregular, right? So it varies in diameter. As you go in, it's rough hewn rock, right? This is not really, it doesn't look like a man-made structure,
Is
Right,
this Petrie
it's-
telling us all of this, or what?
Sure, why not? He's a dwarf, right?
Yeah.
This does not look like an escape tunnel such as you humans make in your fortifications. It's hewn rock. Something or someone carved this out. I do not see telltale marks.
People, is this your people's craft?
No, it is not. I do not see telltale marks of picks or axes, not axes, picks or mattocks or any spades or digging tools. So almost. It's either some sort of natural formation or some creatures have widened the opening.
Creatures. Interesting. Interesting.
Hang on 1 second. All right.
What
So
the hell is that?
this is the tunnel, just in case we need to show you, right? So you start up here and you're working your way down and to the west, right? North is always up because it's more convenient for everyone involved. And so you're making your way south and west, and it seems to connect to a larger opening. And once you make your way here, right, you can see that it splits up in two directions. And it's now widened to the point where it's about 10 feet across. So you could basically go 2 by 2 if you want. Although fighting might be difficult, right? In tight quarters.
What say ye, Scout? East or west?
Let's see. Is there any kind of a draft?
Yes, there is
Yeah.
actually. There's a draft, and you can see the torch sort of flickers, indicating that the wind is probably going to the north portion of this tunnel. Right, it's
Okay.
going up.
Okay. And is there any kind of like incline or anything like that to either side, decline? Like,
No, it
No.
well, it wanders up and down, right? It's not a,
okay, but it's not like a
Eh,
clear,
but it's not a
like-
clear slope. No,
like a
no,
stagger kinda
it's
thing.
irregular terrain, right? So the rock goes up, goes down a little bit.
Have you been reading the first edition materials there? You're asking about
No.
degree slope and stuff like that, man.
no,
That's
I'm
never
trying
mind.
to-
Never mind. I'll send you those books.
okay.
That'll make all kinds of sense to you. Go on. I don't.
Genuinely trying to figure out which direction things are going.
We're following you, man.
So the draft is going north. So
Right,
it's
it-
going from south to north.
Right. It seems to be going mostly from the tunnel you just entered from,
Uh-huh.
because that's the outside,
Right.
right? So you can feel the breeze, but it seems to be flowing more strongly, indicating that there's airflow towards the north as opposed to the south, where the air seems more stagnant, right? There's also some draft. It's not completely still, right?
Okay. But it's noticeably less to the south.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I will indicate that to Mr. Helvorn, our ranger. What do you think, Helvorn? We go north where there seems to be some windows, some openings, possibly escape routes, or do we go south where air is not moving and likely the resting place of dead things?
Let's go north first.
All right.
It looks to be circling around, so let's go north first.
So this place sort of widens out into a larger cavern, right? And as you're going inside, it's all still rough hewn, natural rock formations with stalactites and stalagmites. And you can now see the ceiling is climbing up, right? And so what is basically a 10-foot diameter tunnel that you're standing in right now with variations in height, now goes up, and it seems to be larger, maybe 20 feet. You know, it's you can see some of the ceiling at the edge of the light, right? And you know, the ground is uneven, so you're making your way carefully through this place. And as you near, or as you go more deeply into the cavern, right, you notice the foul stench that was masked a bit by the draft of air, right? But now you can see and you hear a crunch. And when you look down, because you've been sort of looking at the ceiling, you're stepping on bones, right?
Ooh.
And there's more bones and bones and bones, and it starts to make what seems to be a pile, a small hill of bones,
Jeez.
right, towards the what seems to be the center of this cavern, right? And it's
So-
sort of piled up, right?
Are
Well,
these bones clean?
Mostly, yes, they actually are.
Is there any marring or scars on the bones? Like I'm happy to do like an investigation or something like that, but is there
Yeah.
anything that would give me any indication how these bones are clean?
Okay, so
like bite marks or
Yeah.
so tell
my-
me
bite
about
marks.
Laszlo. Does Laszlo hunt? Has he participated in hunting? Is he is he the guy who just goes to restaurants, right, and or taverns and just buys his food?
when
So I I mean, I would say he's seen his fair share of taverns, but mostly as a scout, he's kind of worked as, you know, a go ahead scout for adventurers.
Right.
Usually he gets out the way before anything horrible happens. He just kind of takes his cash to go look, hey, here's the thing, and come back.
If you want, I can move up and see if I see signs of like them being gnawed by beasts.
Well, Trumbull is up there, and you know this area is huge, right? So it's easier to sort of spread out, right? And so you're looking around, and there's bones on the floor. And so those of you who have hunting experience, right,
yeah.
plus Kervork, right, you immediately recognize there's no human bones, right? It seems to
Okay.
be animal bones, and Kervork in particular is like he knows what a human bone looks like, although. That's mostly based off of not seeing any like pelvic bones, right? Because there's no real intact skeletons, right? But you don't see any shapes resembling a human pelvis or a human skull, right? And so do the rest of the hunters, right? Maybe you notice the shape of the legs or the feet proper, right? Whatever it is, it's animal bones. Of various sizes, from really small to, you know, deer bones. And yes, they are gnawed, and most are broken, right? So there's not that many intact pieces, but the skulls that you do see are clearly not human. Deer, wolf, you know, squirrels, boar, this kind of creature, you know, rabbits. So ranging in size, multiple different sizes, right, of animal, up to deer, I guess, would be the biggest.
These seem like beastly remains mostly. Well,
Gentlemen,
My
we're in
question.
too deep. We can't pull out now.
I'm sure we
No,
can. The passage is back there, but
Yeah, there's nothing saying we can't take cover behind something. Hellborn
was that
There-
big?
there's
Is there a big
something
boulder in the
that's-
middle of the
that's
room, or is that an
bothering
artifact?
me.
That's like a stalactite.
Oh, okay.
Stalagmite thing, right? Like it forms a column.
It's a
Oh,
column.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well-
Hellborn, I'm getting an aroma, but
Second smell.
I'm not seeing flesh to give an aroma. and that's concerning me.
Roll initiative. Roll surprise.
What
Somebody.
is this fetid smell? All
What's surprise for Ranger and
That's a 2.
For Ranger and Scott, I think it's 1 and 1d6.
you're only surprised on a 1, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. And I think you're the only one who's only surprised on a 1, right? So everybody else technically should be surprised on a 2. So I'm going to say that you're the one who figures it out, right? So, as this is happening, you're looking at the bones and you notice, right, that the bones sort of go up into a pile, right, towards the center. And so the peak of the pile, it draws your attention, right? So why is it peaked on a pile? Why is it piling up? And so your gaze goes up and you see a large spider barely at the edge of the torchlight on the ceiling of the cave, right? And we're talking, it's about 9-10 feet in diameter, and it's moving toward your position.
Okay.
Eyes up.
Very quietly, I will try and signal. Hey guys, look up, up.
Oh, jeez.
We need to go.
My declaration is I'm going to throw my glaive at it.
So it's almost upon you. Suddenly it moves faster, right, across the ceiling toward your position. Roll initiative.
Run. Somebody roll. God.
3.
Okay, what's your actions? We forgot to declare, but 3 is fine.
I'm going to throw my glaive at it.
All right. Who else?
I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna try and run and hide.
Behind
I'm
one of
running
the-
as fast as I can,
You're running
and-
back the way you came.
Yeah, and run to the guys. Run.
Okay.
Retreat.
What's Trumbull doing?
How far is it from me?
It's on the ceiling. It's about 20 feet up,
It's getting closer.
but it's
I'm
getting
gonna
closer.
I'm gonna throw my hand axe at it.
Okay.
And
And
Is there any? I mean, is there any pile high enough for me to stand on that I would be able to reach it?
you might be able to reach it if you sort of climb on top of the pile, right? But the terrain is probably going to be treacherous.
I'm pretty sure it's going to come down to us.
Yeah.
All right. Petrie is going to be a little bit startled and he's readying his axe. So I don't think Petrie's going to do well. Maybe Petrie attacks. I don't know.
You said how high is this thing?
It's about 20 feet in the
I
air.
can leap 25 feet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not straight
You
up.
can, not straight up. I think it's forward.
Yeah, I think that's an over thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy
I mean,
crap.
but
It's still a ridiculous distance. Do you know how much 20 feet is?
Yeah,
It's like 25 feet. I got a swimming pool. It's 30
Yeah.
feet
He's
long.
got vertical leaps of 5 feet, so he can jump 5 feet up.
Okay.
And he's
But you
6
reach,
feet, so
maybe
he's
12 feet. With your axe,
Right.
you can reach 12, 13 feet if you
Right.
jump straight up.
Hey, I say
Yeah,
we look
well.
cool.
I would miss spectacularly.
So you can always wait for it to come down, right? Or ready
No,
an
you can
axe.
throw the
that's what
axe.
I'll do.
Or throw the axe.
I'll throw the axe and wait for it to come down.
All right. So its plan is to come down on one of you. We'll figure out
Axe or
who.
the spider.
And the spider
Oh, of
actually
course,
wins
yes.
initiative. So
Oh,
that 4, who is it going to attack?
There's 5 of us.
I'm going to say that since Kervork is turning around,
Yeah, hey,
he
be fair,
hasn't
man.
started running, so we'll do 1 through 4. Here we go.
hey, 1 through 4, 1 through 5.
Oh, 1 through 5. Okay. I'll get a D10. I have a D10. So in order in my monitor, I see Kervork on top, Helvar next, Laszlo, Tromwell, and we'll say Petrie is the last. So here we go. It's an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's
Ooh.
trauma.
Siri got
Bravo!
excited when Siri got excited when I rolled initiative. See, I never asked Siri to roll initiative. Maybe she can.
She probably
Who
can.
knows? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Alexa does.
So it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's Tromwell, the Lion of the Veldt.
Dun,
So
dun, dun.
The spider drops down from the ceiling. And you can tell that this thing is a wolf spider.
Yeah,
And
otherwise
it's-
there'd be
it's-
wet.
Does it howl like a wolf?
No, but you can recognize
It's
it
hungry like
as-
the wolf.
It is hungry like the
It
wolf.
is hungry like the wolf. Oh
Yes.
no.
Oh,
Distorted rhyme.
Mhm.
I'm on a hunt down.
after you.
It's on
All
the
right,
hunt
anyway.
down after you. So here we go. Ah, what's your armor class?
4.
No. All right. So it jumps down, but you manage to get out of its way, right? And so you can see the venom dripping from its fangs, right? But it just landed in the wrong location and it's clattering in the pile of bones, but it's pretty close to you.
The good thing is that now you can use it attacking in melee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Ah,
So
no.
so who goes first?
Jorge, because he's the only one that's in melee.
Yeah,
That's true.
I guess me. Yeah, me.
Go for it.
This guy. That is,
Ah! Oh.
that is, I don't know. That is a 13. I hit armor class.
13
4.
total. Okay. No, not good enough.
Oof. All right. Anybody doing missiles other than?
Oh wait, hang on. You hit armor class 4. It's a 13 on the die. Oh, okay, I thought it was a total number of 13. No, but if you hit armor class 4, you hit it.
Yeah. Okay. I hit.
Okay.
I hit it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. With my axe, and that is 11 points of damage.
Oh. So because it's right next to you, managed to land a solid blow, right? But its height is kind of tough, and so it sort of you see it sort of stumble to the side, and your axe glances off of it, but still draws blood. Who's next?
I'm throwing my glaive at it. And that's a 18, so armor class -1.
Oof. So this thing flies up in a shower of, the golden light of the disc, right, illuminating the cavern. And you hit it.
8 hits.
8 hits. All right. So the thing sort of recoils as one of its legs gets sliced off by the thrown disc, and so it screams in agony. And who goes next? Curve work is not missile movement, so movement is last, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Melee.
And
So-
Laszlo declared also that he was hiding, right?
Oh, that's
Yes.
right. So
Yeah,
Laszlo is hiding behind one of these pillars, right?
Yes.
One of these pillars of rocks, and Kervork is running down this hall. And how far do you keep running down the hall, or do you go
Well,
back to the
no,
tunnel?
because at this
Until
point,
he-
like,
He's gonna
I've got to
run
light a
until-
torch.
He's gonna run until he gets to the Sturgis.
That's his favorite.
No.
That's his
running,
favorite.
I'm running probably about like to the edge of the torchlight. So I'm really not going that far.
Oh, okay.
I realize, oh God, like I don't want to be in pitch black. And
Right.
and then I'm sitting there, do I light a torch? Do I not light a torch? So I'm turning around, watching what's happening.
Right. So there's the crunching of bones, right? As you start moving through this field of ancient skeletons, right? And next round, declare actions.
So we can guess Cromwell's gonna whack
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna hack mercilessly at it.
Laszlo?
I'm going to pull out my Morning Star and have it at the ready to squish the bug. If
All
the
right,
bug
I'm gonna
comes
declare
near enough.
a throw and attack if it's still alive by the time Cromwell gets done with it. Curve work
I'm going to light a torch.
and Petrie.
Petrie, I guess Petrie is right next to you, so I think he's going to move and attack it. It's next to Hellborn, right? So you're attacking it as well, right, Hellborn?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a throw and attack if it's still alive.
Oh, a throw and attack. Okay. All right. So, yeah, because you do get the disc back
Right.
in your hand, right? Okay. So it is going to attack Trumwell. Wait a minute. We've done a lot of damage to this thing. Let me
Let's make
roll.
sure it's not dead.
No, morale. It's
Oh,
wrong.
morale. Here we go.
Spiders have morale.
Every monster has morale.
Oh,
Some of them have a score of 12, which means that you don't roll unless there's a penalty.
Right. So
But-
somebody roll that morale check. Let's have Trumbull do it.
What is it? What?
2d6.
2d6. Yes.
6.
6
wow.
total. Okay. No, so it's low, so it stays in the battle.
Suits me fine.
So yeah, so I think it rears with its hind legs, right? And it's gonna
Initiative, right?
it's gonna attack Trumbull. And now we roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
5.
Nice.
4, you go first. So you see this thing rear up, Trumbull,
I start playing my glaive because I know what's gonna happen.
right?
I hack mercilessly at it. Twice.
Oh, nice. Go.
Finally out.
I only hit. Okay, so I hit armor class 0 with this one,
Okay.
and then I miss with the other one.
Okay.
That is 10 points of damage.
Oh, you strike a grievous blow against the thing, right? And now, you slash it, diagonal slash across the creature's soft underbelly. And now it's bleeding and it lets out a chittering sound and starts trying to back away from you.
All right, so here comes the glaive. Oh, wow. That's armor class -3.
I think that hits.
That's 6 hits.
6 hits, right? So, okay. So the ring of golden light slams into the thing from the side, right? As it is sort of keeping its eyes on Tromwell, right? And it just slams into the beast's side and it just topples to the ground, right? And the disc flies back. And ichors everywhere, its legs are twitching as it lies dead
Nice.
on the
Good
floor.
feeling.
And I put the torch back without letting it begin to walk back into the light.
Everybody okay? Are you hurt, Tromwell? That poison from its fangs looks nasty.
No worse for wear.
Indeed. Certainly does. Petrie, did Petrie ever attack anything?
No, he didn't.
Got a chance, Laszlo, Petrie.
No. But his axe was at the ready. He was
Oh yeah, he was
forward.
ready.
He was running forward when the glowing ring of light struck it, right? So
Thankfully, nobody got hurt. And I take out a little jar and I'm going up to the fangs and I'm pushing on the spider's head to push the toxin out
nice.
of the fangs in this little jar.
Nice. So please note that you have some wolf spider venom, which is hilarious because I just before we played, I Googled what the hell a wolf spider was. And
oh, yeah, they hide in holes. They don't do webs.
they don't do webs, but it says
Yeah.
they do webs in the book, right? So it's like,
Oh yeah, no.
whatever. It's cool.
Yeah,
It's
they,
D&D, man.
they like
It's
to hide in
amusing.
holes because we have them all over the place out here. They're absolutely harmless to humans. They hide in holes and they wait for a critter to go by and then go.
Yeah, aren't those the ones that just kind of like just snatch creatures, snatch like insects, like from the ground, like
Yeah, kind of like those claws, those claw machines. Like they just reach out, grab, and then
Yeah.
pull
Nice.
it back in.
they had in a hole. They had like a trap door or something.
And they get big. Like we've had them
Yeah,
that in the house.
Yeah.
One's held my wife
Jeez.
hostage.
I bet. I bet. And he demanded that you take it to Lebanon, I
Oh my
suppose. Yeah.
goodness. It said something about a consulate. I don't know.
Yeah, it's oh man. All right. So I take it you explore the cavern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just bones, right? So you dig around a while. All you see is bones of dead animals. But the draft goes north And what that marks is not a trapdoor. It's actually a natural opening in the ceiling of the cavern, right? And so the light from the torch reaches high enough to see the opening, but not farther enough to see what's above there. So it's a pretty big.
Okay.
It just goes up, and who knows how far.
So Trommel asks Petrie if above ground, would we be heading towards or away from the tower?
No, we're about beneath the tower by now, although I believe it to be, well, it's a pretty big building. I think we are underneath it right now. And it's at least, it's quite a ways up. Judging by these caverns, there's probably if the caverns lead up, it's still a ways to go.
That icon there, seeing as I had to step away from the computer for a second, is that a tunnel up?
Yes, it's just a natural chimney,
Shaft.
right? It goes up, yeah. But there's no light. You don't see any light coming down from it. So it's the torchlight barely reaches the opening, so you know it's there, but you don't see where it leads or what connects to it. And Petrie says this we must be, I don't know, 40, 50 feet beneath the foundations of the structure on the top of the hill.
It's quite a ways down. Well, let's put the torch right underneath that and see if we can see up there at all.
He tries, right? He hands it to you because you're taller, but still, it doesn't, right? It's not enough to illuminate it. But it's worth noting that there's no sunlight, right? And it's sunlight outside, so it doesn't lead up in a straight line up to the surface, right? Leads elsewhere, but who knows?
So, sorry, if I missed it, but is this thing on the ground? Like, is the entryway on
No,
the ground
ceiling.
at this time?
No.
So it's just a kind of like a vent hole,
Exactly. It's like
almost
a chimney
like,
on top.
you know,
it's a natural opening on the
a trash chute or something.
because-
right.
Yeah.
If you were a spider, you could climb up and then go up, right? But from where you're at, there's it's 20 feet up, right? And then it goes up some more.
Yeah, but if Laszlo got up there, could he fit in that hole?
He can fit. It's a big opening, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should look for
So-
another way up first. Otherwise, then we
Um,
can get a rope or something. But maybe there's another way up.
Right.
Well,
I'm sure there is.
How far away from either wall is this? Because I have an ability to climb sheer cliffs and walls without climbing
Ooh.
here.
I can do it too. Yeah.
The only thing it says is if vertical, the surface must be rough
Yeah,
or
it is.
cracked.
It is.
At least one check made per 100 feet of climbing.
Ooh, interesting. So it is a natural rock, right? It
Mhm.
still does not look like worked stone, right? So it still looks like a natural opening in a cave, right? It just goes sheer up, right? So you could climb up there if you want to do it, but of course this means you have to roll, right? You risk
Mhm.
the risk. It's free climbing. You can do the Tom Cruise thing, and you know.
It says a failure indicates slipped and fallen about halfway through the midpoint.
Right. So it's
At
at
the
least
midpoint.
20 feet up to the thing. And then it
Alright.
goes up. So we don't know how far up it
Okay.
goes.
So I'll be like standing over to the side, kind of measuring out, and be like, "Hellborn, you think we should go up there, or do you think we should go south?"
I think we should try and see if there's another way up first, because it will be hard getting everybody up there this way. If we have no options,
I think the only one that
Oh.
doesn't have that climbing thing is the work.
Listen,
Trumbull
come on.
has a thing like it says here to ascend or descend sheer cliffs or walls without need of climbing gear, if lightly armored or unarmored, as a thief of equal level.
Nice.
so yeah. Well, I mean, listen, any of you want to go up there, I mean, even if you fall, you'll still be useful.
Yeah, I still think we should see if we should see if there's another way up, because this is probably how the spider gets in and out.
All right.
But there might be a way that the undead use, and we.
I agree, Hellborn. I agree. Let's try something another way.
Okay.
But did
After
we
you,
witness
Laszlo.
what did we witness those creatures coming out of this place?
No.
Well then,
But again, we should explore these caves first.
yes,
We don't want to be climbing and have something attack us.
indeed.
Yeah, from underneath. No, nobody likes to get hit in the undercarriage. All right. And Lazo kind of look at it and put away his rope.
Right.
Dejectedly kind of go with the group to go south.
So south it is. So again, you keep making your way south, and it's an irregular cavern, right? And it twists and moves until.
And there's nothing indicating that there would be traps set or anything like that.
Not so far.
Okay.
Until you reach this area. And now, once you get to this point, you can see that the floor becomes worked stone.
Ooh.
And it's a sort of dark stone. And between the cracks of the stones on the floor, you can see the greenish glow emanate. And so the room seems to be dimly lit by itself, but it's not good light, right? It's slightly lit. You know, if you did not have torches, then, you know, it'd be difficult to see things, but you wouldn't be completely in the dark in this area, you know, meaning that there'd still be penalties to fighting, but it's better than pitch black. And so, you know, it's just something you notice.
Is this the same color green that the tower usually grows?
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. We're below the tower now. It glows at night, and this glow is down here. I wonder if there's something down here that comes up at night.
And so you can see that there's like two passages and a wall in front of you, right? So directly opposite the cavern mouth, there is and you can see that, you know, it's been knocked out. There was a wall in here separating the natural tunnels from the actual building, right? You can see the debris in the floor corresponding to, you know, this wall was somehow knocked out, and that's why the tunnel leads here. But now this is worked stone, and you can see again there's like a wall here separating into what appears to be two separate passages going south, and you notice doors right on both sides.
You're the scout, Laszlo.
Mm-hmm.
We trust you.
Okay. So, all right. So we got my sheets. So I'm.
You know,
I want to go ahead and check for traps if that's.
Sure thing.
Okay.
So are you heading down a particular passage? You can see there's a wall close by on the western. There's a door on the western wall, and there's another door on the eastern door, but at the end of the hall, right? And then you can look right at both. You can go in. You tell me where you go. How do you want to proceed? Checking for traps, of course.
Yeah. So I'll probably go east first.
East first. All right. So it's the long corridor going south, right? And so what's your check for traps?
4 and 12.
4 and 12. So roll it.
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent. All right. So as you're going down this eastern wall, you don't see any traps, right? And then you get to the door, and you can see that there's no door here. It seems to be it's a jar, and it seems to be like a metal door, but it's a jar. And so it doesn't, no mechanism locking it or anything. So that's there,
It's
right?
not
And
drooling or anything, is it?
no, it's
okay.
and as you reach that point, you notice that what the wall seems to be hiding is a staircase going up. But at the base of the stair, you note that there is a flagstone, which is not really lining up with the rest, right? It seems the maybe the glow in it is different, right? Maybe it's bigger glow along the edges than the rest of the cracks, suggesting that this stone is different from the rest. And you notice that this whole area is covered in dust. There's like not much movement in this part, right? Except, there are some areas of footsteps. Somebody's been down here relatively recent. You really can't tell how much, but you can see that the dust does not touch the flagstone, right? The flagstone is completely covered in dust, whereas the space next to it is not, right? So whoever's going up and down stairs did not touch that flagstone, suggesting it might be a pressure plate for a trap.
But it's got a glow around it.
All the flagstones on the floor have like this strange glow, right, coming from the cracks.
Okay.
And so that's
So
where
like there might be something underneath it.
Or it might be a pressure plate, right, to activate something.
Okay. I would like to take a dagger. So would this be a manipulate trap? Because what I'm thinking is taking a dagger and jamming it still.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So as to neutralize the trap, right? Okay, go for it. Right. What's your skill?
So it's the same as my check for traps. It's manipulate traps 4 and 12.
4 and 12.
Oh wow! Why did I'm wondering if this was the best idea.
What did you roll? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, do you think you neutralize that?
Yeah.
Well, as you're trying to put the the dagger in there, you realize that it doesn't seem to be enough room to jam a dagger underneath it. And as a matter of fact, as you start playing with it, it sort of depresses a bit. So if you keep trying, you might trigger it.
Okay, so I'll like jump back real quick. Okay, so guys, I couldn't quite get my blade in there right, and I may have depressed it a little, but based on the fact that I'm still alive in my experience, I didn't press it all the way.
Well, if we want to go up the stairs, then we just avoid the flagstone. Simple as that.
That sounds reasonable.
You go first.
Petrie, can you just like lay down across it, and then we'll just step? No, kidding.
Petrie, don't listen to him.
Well, guys, do we want to go upstairs?
Petrie says, "What of this door?"
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or do we want to check these doors?
There's another door on the western wall.
Let's check the one on the western wall first.
On the western wall, instead of a metal door like the other one, this one is stone, right? It seems to be stone. But in the center of this one, there is a depression quite similar to the one that you found in the other ruins that you explored before, with the 3 indentations where you laid a strange key in the past. Only this one, the 3 openings in the center of the door are in slightly different positions. You had deduced that this might be a reference to the moons, right? And so it might indicate simply a different position of the moons relative to each other, so that the key that you already have doesn't fit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's clearly one of those types of doors.
Perhaps the key to this door lies somewhere else in these caverns.
Or upstairs.
Or behind that other door, the middle door.
Let's take a look.
So the door that is empty just opens into a small room. And what you find, before I go any further, does anybody speak any other languages that might be important to know? Like Petrie speaks Dwarven and Common, right? So he has those 2.
Let's see. Got
Elvish and Goblin.
Okay.
I got Elvish and Orc.
Okay. So I'm thinking Kervork knows Elvish from like study, or have you had like interactions with the elves or anything?
Well, they're always a little unpleasant, but yeah, I've had some interactions with them, but a lot of
Okay.
study.
Okay.
Magical study.
All right. And Helvorn has experience with elves?
Yes,
Met elves
interaction with
before?
elves, patrolling the forest and
Okay.
finding
All right. Okay. How about Laszlo or Tromwell? Any knowledge
I've
of
got-
elves?
Trumbull speaks Orc.
Okay, cool.
All the time.
that explains so much.
Yeah.
I've only got common and thieves' cant.
Cool. Okay. So when you go inside, the architecture it's similar to what you saw in the previous ruins that you visited, right? So you're assuming that these are sort of like the ancient builders, right? That you've seen before, like the statue that was holding the ring-shaped disc that Helvorn uses, right? But what you find inside are woven baskets, right? And they contain food, I think. The pattern of the baskets suggests Elvish make, the weaving and the shape of it. And you see leaves, which commonly elves use as wrapping.
If it's weaving, it's half Elvish wing.
Oh.
So you know what? There are some elven provisions in here.
Ooh.
A few flasks of water and some whey bread of the elves, right? Still in the leaf wrappings, but not much. Like there are portions that are missing, right? Like you would have expected the baskets to be full, right? And so there's about half a basket left. And there are multiple baskets in here. Multiple. It's just that very few stores remain.
And in town, do we heard rumors of elves in these woods at all?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep, that's what I definitely have heard that. I will actually warn Petrie that the elves around here tend to hunt dwarf for sport, or maybe even worse.
Yeah.
So we've
I
heard.
told you they're unpleasant people. Cracking open cracking a little bit of the way right. Unpleasant. The thing is, they make such really good food. Yeah.
I thought we'd be here to fight the dead. Now it seems we're fighting elves. Oh well.
We're not fighting anything. We're stealing their food.
Adjusts his helmet and readies his axe.
They could be dead elves.
Could be dead elves.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want that either. That's
Or
not always
undead
pleasant.
elves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Shall we go upstairs now, fellas? Come on, Lazo. I want to see you not spring that trap, so we can follow you and know how exactly how to jump.
I want to see me not spring that trap as well.
Do we want to look for secret doors in any of these rooms just in case?
I would like to, yes.
Go right ahead.
Let's see where that one is. Because I know I have it.
That's probably a 1 in 6. Oh well, you're a thief. It might be more.
Yeah, that's from climb, savage scripture, noise, high, manipulate traps, open locks. Where is it? I've seen it recently. Detect secret doors, 3 and 6.
Okay.
So, Nope. I mean, well,
So, you know.
not a successful roll.
Yes. No secret doors to speak of, right?
That you can see.
All right.
If
So,
Laszlo didn't find anything, there's nothing to find.
yeah. So if you're not messing anymore with the closed door, I guess you go up. So
Yep. Avoiding the pleasure plate.
Yes.
right. So fortunately for you, Laszlo already identified it. And so the stairs go
You're
up.
welcome.
Good job, man.
And
We all learn our keeps in different ways, Laszlo. You're doing just fine.
and it goes up, I don't know, 20 feet or so, and you reach a door, right? A metal door, like the one below.
Does it appear shut? Locked?
Yeah, this one's shut, right?
Okay. Is it locked?
No, but you're gonna have to move it open, right?
Okay. So I'll signal to everybody quietly. I'm gonna open the door. And I'll give it a good old gentle pressure to see which way it moves, which way the hinges work.
Yeah, right. So you, I guess it goes inside the. Oh no, you're going to the stairs. It probably comes out. So you pull the door, right?
Mhm.
And you pull it in, and so the light of the torches reaches inside this room, and it's a decent sized room. It's pretty big, actually. It's 30 by 30, so it's a
Ooh.
big room, and it
Oh,
has
lots of doors.
2 doors, actually,
Oh.
one up north, and you'll quickly see that this is an open passage.
Stair.
But moving around the room in no particular direction are 5 lumbering figures are shuffling about
Ooh.
noiselessly,
Damn it.
right?
Do they react to us?
And so
Well,
I think they see the light, right? And so they start turning around, and you can clearly see their dead, lifeless eyes as they're turning toward the light. They were
and
standing in darkness. You can see again the same type of clothing as the zombies on the outside, with the silver axe emblem on their chest.
and so the marching order is Laszlo, Petrie, Tromwell.
Laszlo, Petrie, Trumwell, Kervork, Hellborn. Yeah.
And it's at this point that Kerber goes, "Oh shoot, I forgot." Because Selborn and Tromwell are no longer invisible to the undead because they've attacked something.
Right.
Oh.
Wait,
And so
so it goes away if they attack anything?
Anything.
Oh,
Not good. And so the things go, and then they lift their arms
So what they should be
And-
seeing is light and Trumwell.
and Trumwell
yeah.
and Helvorn
Yeah.
right behind, right? But he's
Yeah.
there too. So let's roll initiative.
Oh,
2, damn it.
The zombies are hungry, so they will be coming for Trumwell. That's the extent of their planning.
Okay.
Told you not to attack anything.
okay.
Oh.
He rolled a 2, Aloy.
Excuse me?
He rolled a 2.
Oh, you rolled a 2. Yeah. What else? What else are the rest of you doing though?
Oh, so my plan is to yell at Helvorn and Tromwell to go down the stairs and step to the side of the pressure plate.
Okay. Kervork, what is your plan?
Just let them go by.
Let him go by. So you're gonna
Yeah.
be on
Oh
the
yeah,
side of the.
I'm gonna watch him.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
so the stair is pretty wide, right? It's about 10 feet, right? And so the proportions of the steps are larger, right, than human, right? Because you've seen the builders, right? The statue of the builders was big, right? So it is quite feasible to like hug the wall, right, and let the zombies go by if that's your plan. But I need
Yeah,
to
no,
know.
I'm absolutely,
So I need to know what the plan is. Kervork is hugging the wall.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Okay,
And
and
Laszlo's-
Laszlo. Yeah.
So as I came in, I hit the west wall or the
Okay.
east wall, that corner.
So you entered the room, correct?
Mhm.
Okay, and then you yell, "Go down!" and the pressure plate, blah blah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What is Helvorn the Ranger planning on doing?
Well, I have my glaive ready, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow his suggestion. Right, I'm gonna go down the stairs and leap over the
Over the flagstone. Cool.
flags and see if we can use the trap against them. Right.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
And go ahead, cover.
yeah, and as Laszlo says it, I'm just turning towards Trumwell like go, go, as I'm hugging the wall, yes, frantically,
Right. And
gesturing to Trumwell just to go.
and
So let
Trumwell,
me-
Go back down.
what are you doing?
Are these things near enough to me that I can hit them and then jump back and then run back and jump over that pressure plate, or
If you do that, you get an attack for withdrawing from melee. With
aquí hay eso?
see,
Yeah.
yeah. If you want to withdraw from melee, you have to take the withdraw action.
Withdraw.
Okay, no, but I don't know if I don't know if I'm in melee with them. If I'm not in melee with them,
No, not yet, because you weren't the first in line, right? So you were.
Yeah,
I
no, if
said-
I'm not in melee with them, I'm just gonna throw my hand axe at them and then jump back.
Oh, okay. Okay, you can do that. Sure. So,
Right past my head.
and Petrie, I think
You see enough?
realizing that he's also invisible. I think he follows Laszlo, right? But I think he drops the torch at the foot of the stairs, right? So you guys will still have visibility, and he follows Laszlo into the room. Okay, so Helvorn and Trumbull going down, Kervork in the stairwell, hugging the wall, Petrie and Laszlo inside the room, hugging the east wall. Cool. All right. So here's my initiative roll. Uh-oh, not good. And so
Did we
So I-
roll?
I rolled a 6, so they go first. So I think as they move relatively, slowly, I think it's enough for Laszlo and Petrie to go inside. But the rest of the zombies start going down the stairwell. If your plan is to throw the no, they just go and attack. And I think you're going to get hit by 2 zombies because everybody else just moved to the side. So here we go. Let me get my zombie stats.
Defend, Trammell, defend.
Zombie, here we go.
Defend me.
Okay, so what's the damage? Okay. And here we go. Zombie number 1. Hang on, I just lost the number I had to. Oh, okay. What's your armor class?
4.
4. Okay, so one of the zombies does not, it sort of paws at you, but does not hit. And the other one is just coming faster, and this one slams into you, right? And hits you for 1 hit point. doesn't really slam into you. Slam into you might be a
Scratches you.
yeah. And right behind him come 2 more.
Yay, hordes.
So yeah. Oh no, wait a minute. Always attacks last on initiative. So I'm sorry, let's walk that back. So
Yeah, they're slow, right?
Always go last.
Yeah, they're slow.
Yeah,
So
we agreed, not 28 days later.
Right. No, and it's in the rules, right? They always attack last on initiative. So
our first edition zombies. Yeah, okay, yeah.
So it's in the rules. So my bad. So no attacks, but they are coming forward, right?
Okay.
And so roll your to hit is what you do.
Okay. My red die. Fuck. Oops, sorry. Natural 1.
Oh,
So your axe just flies by them, right? But you have plenty of time to descend the stairs and avoid the pressure plate, right?
Should we
Wow.
use the Zathakwa's woe table?
The what?
The Zathakwa's woe table? Jeff Delaney actually has a table for natural ones.
Oh, no.
The fumbles, yeah, the fumbles.
All right. I have it downstairs, but okay.
I mean, unless you want to, but I'm going to leave it up to you because you'll be
I hate
most
fumbles.
affected. Yeah, I don't like fumbles, which is so. But I'm not the player here, so if you enjoy that.
Well,
Yes,
that's
of
Trammell
course,
side.
Eloy, I'm gonna vote
If you're
for,
into that
for
kind
the
of thing.
fumble.
So you guys go downstairs and move to the side, and wait for the zombies. That's the plan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they start moving single file, right? And they start descending the stairs. And when the lead zombie, I suppose you guys are down and moving to the sides, right? So
Yeah.
enough to lead them, but not to have them get on you. When the lead zombie steps on the flagstone, you hear the audible click, right, of the thing, just click. And then there's like a heartbeat where nothing happens. And then you hear the rumble. And Kervor needs to give me a saving throw versus paralyzation.
I was just thinking I'm in the wrong freaking place.
Yes, you are.
Okay, let's see. I did roll an 18, which
That
and I don't
that should do it, right?
Oh,
The
yeah.
saving throws are like 15 or something.
single
So
number. Yes, yeah. Okay.
you can see the ceiling collapse right from the mouth of the base of the stairs, right? And it's collapsing,
Yikes.
approaching you. And so you have just enough time to jump up into the room.
All right.
But now the ceiling has collapsed on top of the zombies. And so Laszlo, Kervork, and Petrie are on one side, and Hellborn and Trumwell are on the other side of the stairs.
In pitch blackness. Well, that's not pitch dark. It's that glow you're talking about.
With the glow, right? So it's there.
The glow.
Yeah.
And I roll into the room, just I look up, get up, and I'm looking at Laszlo and Petrie. Like I'm dusting myself. I told him not to attack anything. I told him.
You did. You did.
Well, those rocks look too heavy for us to move. Anyhow,
Yeah.
So if we're in darkness, I'm gonna light a torch, obviously.
Right. So I don't know how we proceed from here because the party is quite separated.
So the ceiling came down. Does that mean the whole stairwell is filled in?
It says, and I quote, that if the trap is triggered, the stairway ceiling gives way and rapidly collapses down, closing the stairs off permanently.
permanently.
Yeah.
Well,
So I don't know how
Yeah.
to.
should our friends
So hold on. So we're entombed here, or what's the deal?
No,
you
no,
guys can get out the
you
way
guys
you
are
came.
downstairs. Exactly.
Yeah, we're the ones that are entombed.
This is awesome.
Unless
we're
you guys can
entombed.
find another way in.
No, we're going up, Laszlo. It's okay. That we're
Meet
just
you
separated from
halfway.
him. We're separated from him now.
So I don't know how to resolve this. I mean, should
Oh,
we just have
we-
you
Back
just
and
deal
forth,
with it,
man.
or yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. That's perfect.
Sure, that's great.
All right. So I'm gonna you know what, we can't call to him because we'll call attention to ourselves.
Yeah, but we're invisible to undead.
That's true, but not to everything that's here. There could be, God knows what else is here.
Fair
You know,
enough.
that spider certainly wasn't undead. You're
Fair
gonna be
enough.
clanging ringing the dinner bell. Let's see if we can go up some stairs and eventually, maybe if they're smart enough, they'll go up and try to get in the tower by the door or something.
Okay.
Either that or we have to get up high enough so we can get out.
Hmm.
But as long as all we encounter are dead things, we'll be fine.
That's fair.
As long as nothing is breathing, we should be fine.
That's correct. Guessing in this case, we should probably go up, even though these doors look enticing, unless you want to try one of these doors.
So there's two doors that you
Yeah.
can see. I believe the one with the dot means it's locked. Yes, the one with the dot toward the east is locked. And to the southwest, you can see stairs descending.
Oh, descending.
Right. Yes, these stairs are descending.
Oh, they're going
And,
down.
At the end of this area, you can see another door.
Well, that makes sense. We can just go down because they're down. We can go down to the same level. Come on.
It doesn't descend quite as far as the stairs you came up.
Well, at least it's not going up. It's got to eventually meet up with them. Come on. Well, it's either that or we're going to be trapped or separated from them forever. We got to meet back up. This is great. I'm sure this meets with them.
All right. All right.
It's
All
gonna
the
be
while,
great.
Helmore and I are like outside, or what's the deal?
So we're downstairs, so
You're
we're
downstairs.
gonna have to take another look at the map to see if we have other options other than leaving the cave system and trying another entrance.
Right. So the problem that you guys have is no secret doors at this level, right? And you did check the whole place.
So we have two options. We can either go outside and try another entrance. We determined that there's no way we can open the stone door. Is that correct?
I don't think we really tried. We just looked. So
You
it was like
didn't
a keyhole.
really
and that was
try,
it.
it just looked solid.
What, and does it have a keyhole or something?
It does. It has the same type of keyhole that the door where you found the disc had, right? Like the strange builder lock with like the three openings and a disc shaped key, right? But it's a different size from the one that you have.
I don't believe
So
Trumbull does not believe that we have the means to open this door unless it is by brute force.
do the barbarians have like a sense magic ability? I seem to recall.
The
Well, I'm not a
barbarians-
barbarian. I'm a berserker.
Oh, that's right. You're a berserker. Yeah.
So we can try brute force, and if not, I guess we could also try climbing up the spider's hole.
That's the other thing.
Ooh.
Should
that
we try and
is
force the
quite
door first?
interesting. All right, you guys try to force the door, and what are the rest of you guys doing? Kervork and company.
I mean, if we go down those stairs, we're gonna check that door.
You tell me. You're going down the
Right.
stairs to check this door. Okay. So-
Kervork, you're muted.
But thank you. I thought you would just think that was great, but
Ignoring you. Yeah.
you know, I mean, we could go. I mean, like you said, I mean, it might not go as far down as they are, but at least it leads towards where they are. So
Mhm.
let's check it out.
All right.
Unless you think otherwise, you are the scout.
Mm. Yeah, no, I've got nothing to really.
Okay. So
Say
down the
otherwise.
stairs. Down the stairs you go. You reach another metal door.
Mhm.
You can tell, you know, it doesn't seem to be locked. There's no lock on the door, right? The one up top that's locked, that one has a keyhole in it, but it's a regular, normal appearing keyhole. It's not a strange keyhole like the one downstairs.
Okay.
This one doesn't appear to be locked, right?
Okay.
Okay, what are you gonna do with the door? You're gonna listen, you're gonna open, what's the deal?
I think I will listen first.
Go for it.
To try and discern noise.
Go for it.
Okay. That is a 5 and 12 for me. When I don't want to roll high.
Perhaps I was just chattering a little bit too loud or breathing too loud or something.
You, seriously.
You hear nothing.
Hmm.
What do you
All right. Well, I couldn't really hear anything, Kervork. You want to keep an eye out while I push it open?
Absolutely.
All right. So I'll gently. Well, I imagine it's pull. Or is this one a push?
I think this one's a push.
Okay. So I will gently
So you push it,
push it
and
open.
the light from the torch reveals a large skeleton in the center of the room with a skull that has 3 eye sockets, one on the forehead, and it's quite tall.
Oh.
And it's holding a 2-handed sword similar to Tromwell's, right? And it's just standing there.
It's
in-
standing.
It is standing. Its head swivels and looks in your direction.
Oh my God.
Well, the only
Wait. He's undead.
Yeah.
Right?
The only,
He's reacting to the light.
Okay.
the only other thing I should let you know is that, you know, just in case, intelligent undead of 10 hit dice or more that are like within 30 feet of us get a saving throw.
Oh, cool.
But it's got to be 10
No,
hit
not
dice or
cool.
more. So
Not cool.
Cool.
yeah, but hopefully it's just, you know, but just saying, a really powerful undead will get a saving throw.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Helvorn and Trommel have just been trying to, and this thing won't budge. You know, if you go by the dimensions of the door that you encountered before, and the two of you working this hard, you know, it was probably a long shot to begin with, but this one is, you know, you feel nothing. This is futile. It's not going to work.
Seems the only option is to climb through the shaft.
Yeah, or go outside and try the tower, but I think we should try this shaft. So time to climb.
Excellent. Okay, so Kervork is out for a minute, so let's do climbing rolls.
All right,
So-
so climbing.
So Jim said something about every 100 feet you do a climb check.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right.
So let me see one thing I have to check here.
Let's look at falling damage in case this game gets really interesting all of a sudden.
So thief, we're climbing like 3rd level thieves.
Right.
So that is 8 and 12.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna have to take off my heavy armor and switch back into the studded leather.
Okay.
And then I can, I mean, I don't have heavy armor, it's medium armor, but that I would have only 4 and 12 chance. So,
I'm in light armor, so I don't have that.
Yeah. so I'm switching
Jim.
back to light armor and let's do it.
Jim, if you have the book, could you check to see what falling damage is? It's
Sure
probably
thing.
1d6 per 10 feet, but you know, just in case. All right. So roll that climbing check.
Okay.
So D12, survey says 6.
So that's a success?
Yes,
Yes, because it's out of 10, out of 12, 8 out of 12.
right.
I just roll a 1 in.
Good job.
All right. Excellent.
And it is
Excellent.
1d6 per 10 feet.
It is. Yeah, that used to be the case. So I'm glad to hear it's still the case. So as Hellborn and Trumwell are climbing, Kervork and Laszlo, what do you do with the large skeleton looking at you, or in your direction at least?
Okay, well, he can see the light, not us. It's probably in our best interest
The light.
to retreat, because if we try to go to that other door and open that one, it'll notice that other door opening, and I don't know how intelligent this particular undead is, but it might get curious.
Mm,
So we should probably just back up.
okay. Yeah, I'm down with that. Close the door gently behind me.
Mm-hmm. All right. So nothing happens. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, nothing happens.
Yeah, no, you managed to close the door, right? So it's fine.
Okay. Can I use my lock picking skill? Let's see. Hold on. My open locks to close a lock.
Close the lock? Sure, why not?
Okay.
Well, what if we need to go back here? We'll be able to open it back up, right?
I mean, you would think, unless I break something in there.
Okay.
I mean, do you really want to go back in and look eye to eye?
If we have to, but yeah.
All right. If do well, then do we want to just put a dagger in this to wedge it?
If you feel that's necessary, if you're gonna still have enough
But
daggers.
then again, how big is that thing? That thing's probably gonna power through my dagger.
Maybe not. The longer we stand here talking about, the more likely it is it'll come through, barreling through that door and kill us.
Yeah, that's true. Let's
Or
go.
at least you.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Come on, let's go the other way.
I will step in front of Kervork and proceed back to the room whence we came.
With the door to the north.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll try that, and I'll listen at the door to the north.
All right. Roll.
5 and 12. Laszlo or Kervork, just or wait, no, we've got Petrie with us too.
Yeah.
Petrie, seriously, with the breathing, the heavy breathing. I'm trying to work.
And Laszlo crunching some of the elven way roots. Yeah, come on. Don't be quiet when he works.
All right.
Okay.
So which door was that you were listening? The north door?
North door.
Okay.
North at the in the square room.
Yeah, in the square room.
Cool. So okay, so you hear nothing. Hellborn and Trumwell, do you have any light sources?
I have a torch, but I don't think that I probably couldn't carry it lit while we climb. Right?
None of us, neither of us could do that. So
Right.
Right. So I guess who's going first? Who's climbing first? Is it Tromwell going first or Helvorn going first?
Well, who made the climb check first?
Jose did. So Helvorn goes first, right? And so you manage to like free climb. There, I guess you light a torch and throw it on the floor, right? So the part
Right.
of the climb is illuminated, right? So
Yeah.
you go up the wall, and when the ceiling sort of curves back, right? So you almost have to hang as you enter. You know, you're hanging by your arms, right? Only, and you lift yourself up into the opening and start climbing up, right? And you know, the light of the torch is not enough to illuminate, but you go by feel, right? And you manage to climb high enough to find purchase with your feet again and keep going up. And so you're like, you estimate that you're about 30 feet up, maybe, and then, you know, it's difficult to keep track. And so you're maybe 35, maybe 40, maybe 45 feet up, you know, from the torch down
Yeah.
at the bottom of the cavern. And then you just suddenly, when you go up, you feel there's a ledge, right? And so you manage to put your arm, and there is a ledge, right? And so you manage to scramble up, and in the distance, you can see the faint glow of the stones, right? Of the worked stones,
Okay.
right? But it's very faint, very faint. And so you manage to heave yourself up out of the lip of this opening into the ledge, right? And so you actually manage to fit your whole body up there, right? And you sort of, there's no wall, so there's ample room.
So I'll see if I can make room for Cromwell without falling on the other side, and light a torch as he climbs up. Like I said.
Right. So you manage to light the torch, and immediately it illuminates this area, and you can see that there's a tunnel going off. Again, this is rock, natural rock. It's not the worked. You're still in a cavern. But you've managed to clamber up onto the tunnel itself, right? And sure enough, this makes Tromwell's climb even easier, because now we can see his destination, right? And so pretty soon, both of you are standing over here. Laszlo, are you guys going to open the north door? Or are you going to listen at the closed door? What's the plan?
He couldn't hear anything at the north door anyway.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything at the north door, so I'm gonna push.
Right.
We're gonna push on it and slowly creak it open.
Okay. And so when you do, it just seems to be a hallway with another door to the north.
Oh, just an innocent hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my grandmother always used to tell me, Lasso, one door opens and another door, closes, one door opens, but sometimes there's a hallway.
Mm.
One of those times.
Mm-hmm. Ever
Nope.
say anything about traps?
Not your department, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, we've been doing this a long time. I trust you.
I would definitely be checking for anything that
All right. Roll.
signifies.
What was your detect traps again?
It's 4 out of 12.
4 out of 12. And your secret doors?
My secret doors is 3 out of 6.
Okay, so roll it.
Which am I
Roll
rolling?
Roll a d12. It's fine.
Okay. Aha!
3. So as you are making your way up the thing, you realize that there is a secret door here
Ooh.
on this wall.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But no traps.
But no traps.
Okay. That's nice. I'm gonna push on it and see if I can get it to open, move one way or another.
All right. So you manage to open it, and it is a very small alcove here. There's a few clay pots and there is a longbow and a quiver of arrows there. And I forgot, do you have any experience with elves?
I do not.
Yeah, so you're not sure, but
Other than I think they're the horrible creatures.
but
Close encounters of the wrong kind.
but you know, it looks fine, and it looks modern, right? And it looks it doesn't look broken, right? So it's not an ancient thing right there.
Mhm.
And so let me roll something here real quick. Okay. And so Tromwell and Helvorn reach this room.
Yeah, while we were catching our breaths from the climb, I took 1 minute to put my armor on.
Yeah, sure. And so you
Are you
reach.
carrying the torch?
Yeah, I'll carry it because you have two-handed weapons, so I'll carry it.
And so you reach this room to the south, which shows a door in a portcullis separating this northern half of the room from the southern half with columns. You can see something on the floor, but not much more.
Something as in an object or something as in
Objects. You see objects lying on the floor. It might be debris, but there's stuff on the floor. And Laszlo, checking the arrows and the longbow, you also find that the clay pots contain
Right.
there's 400 pieces of silver in one of
Woo!
the pots and 600 pieces of gold in the other pot.
You want me to
Good
jump us
times.
down on the community pool?
Petrie,
the treasure.
Yeah.
Treasure.
They got it. 400 silver, 600 gold.
That's
Nice.
correct.
Nice find.
Yeah.
And so
that's Petrie.
it's not really going to be a cliffhanger because I didn't roll any wandering monster encounters. I rolled them, they just didn't show up, right? So I think this is where we end the session, right?
Nice.
And
I recommend-
hopefully,
I recommend that while we are examining things and that you two by yourselves, like get that portcullis up, examine that object, and just keep going south. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
totally nothing to worry about.
Yeah, right.
Just make sure you grab that bow.
Mm-hmm.
It could
No,
save
this elven bow, I don't really use a bow and arrow, and gosh, Petrie doesn't really trust elves, and
you can we can sell it.
Laszlo also does not trust elves.
we should take it though because it could be important. Why else would it be locked up in here with all that other nifty stuff?
Mhm.
Petrie, take the bow too. Take those arrows. Petrie's carrying tons of stuff now,
He's a dwarf, he's strong, right? So,
like 100 pounds worth of coins.
I mean, do we see any like obvious mechanisms to open that portcullis? Like maybe like a winch or some, I mean, or some kind of lever or something.
let me check real quick. No, I think there's like an area which is a gate. So it's mostly like a fence, but there is a section which you can lift.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll try that next time, I guess.
Yes.
Well, sounds good.
Bend bars, lift gates.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
a
Yeah.
great party split too, man. Right there. That was perfect. I like that.
I love that Kervork's genius plan served to separate the two fighters from the rest of the party. I think that is just fantastic.
My plan.
Serendipitous.
I'm just happy that the two people that got separated could free climb. Because had
Yeah.
it been Kervork downstairs, this thing would have played off differently.
I'm so happy that like somebody was able to go up that chute. You know, I'm saying,
It's a
it's
bit of a waste, right? That nobody
Yeah.
tried the free climbing. You know, it's all for the best. And I really like that. That's why I got very specific. Who goes where when you
Mhm.
do this plan of yours, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we should have gotten experience points for the zombies.
Yes, yes.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, you killed
Yeah.
them. So yeah. Well, then I'm gonna sit down and figure out experience points because I'm way behind doing that. But I will.
All right.
I will sit
all
and
right,
do
all
that.
right, Huntsman, put your back against mine. No. Start climbing.
Yeah.
Did I gave you guys experience point for the session before for the troll? I think that's as far as
Yeah,
we go.
we have a total. I have a total of XPs written. Everybody should have their own total because it varies on the ability score modifier.
Right, but I'm just saying. I think the last time I gave you experience
That's after the
was
troll, correct?
after the troll. So I have to calculate experience for the
For
previous
the-
ruins
yeah.
and for this ruin. All right, I'll do
Yeah.
that. That's cool.
And wait, does that also include the hobgoblin or the?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I haven't
okay.
given experience for this or for the other tomb, right? I remember you guys went with the crocodiles, the nixies, all
The
the
Sturgis?
Yes.
sturges, right? You know,
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
all that good stuff. So I'll calculate because we've accumulated quite a bit, and
Yay.
plus the gold gives XP, right? So
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
so
Alrighty.
maybe Jose figures out the gold experience and
I can.
because you have the running tally. So
Right.
I'll
The
do the monster
treasure.
XP and you do the treasure XP and we'll see what happens.
Well, as of last time, we all had 660 gold pieces.
Right. Plus what the rest of the stuff that's in my sheet. I'll
Right,
give
exactly.
a total.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Plus you get like the 15% whatever for whoever has the high skills. If you have
It's 10.
it's 10. Okay.
Right. So you just got to add to Laszlo's sheet and my sheet 300 gold each. And then we found some silver we'll split with the guys. right. All righty. That's good. I'm going to stop the broadcast, kids. Unless there's anything
Excellent.
else we want to keep for posterity.
That sounds good.
Good. All right.